Zhang, both 28 years of age. Zhang, the taller woman by 4 inches. She will have a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 16 wins, 1 loss. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 115.5 pounds. Fighting out of Beijing, China, Magnum Weili Zhang. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 9 wins, 3 losses. She stands 5 feet tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Van Nuys, California, Dynamite Danielle Taylor. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Blake Grice.
Blake Grice will be our referee for this one. The beautiful Vanessa Hansen also getting a home game tonight here at Staples Center in Los Angeles. Danielle Taylor, 5th UFC appearance tonight against the UFC newcomer Weili Zhang. Zhang finished up her training camp over the last week or so at Jackson Wink MMA in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Zhang is in red, Danielle Taylor is in the all black.
Hard inside leg kick to get things started for Zhang.
94% finishing rate for a strawweight. So it tells you the power and the finishing instincts of Zhang.
And that's really the rub on her. 9 wins by knockout, another 6 by way of submission, purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And when she gets you down, outstanding ground control, ground and pound. And if fight week is any indication, she has been relaxed and seems more than poised and ready for the big show.
She's doing a good job of keeping Taylor going backwards. In and out, landing. Seems very calm and confident. A lot of people struggle with the first time in the octagon. To this point, she doesn't seem to be having those issues.
Taylor's switching her leg back and forth now to avoid that inside leg kick. She managed to avoid the last one. She took 3 or 4 hard ones in a row, but she's sliding that leg back. She's well trained under Saxon Muay Thai, which is one of the best gyms for stand-up striking in LA.
Well, later tonight will be on pay-per-view 2 championship rematches in the main event. 2-time bantamweight champ TJ Dillashaw looking to defend against Cody Garbrandt. Also the consensus best fighter in the world today, Demetrius Johnson, taking on Henry Cejudo. It's UFC 227 tonight. It is only on pay-per-view. You can order it now.
I think that left hand by Zhang might have hurt Taylor a little bit. She was darting in. This was the issue in the Aldrich fight for Taylor, right? She's the shorter fighter, but she seems to want to fight at range. She needs to be in close and tight, but, I mean, went in tight there and got hit with a big elbow by Zhang.
Zhang's very, very physically strong. You're seeing it in these clinches. She's very aggressive, too. I mean, she hits the gas full blast when they clinch up.
2 minutes have gone by here, round 1. I mean, Zhang looks like a flyweight in there.
She's big. Oh, nice jab. She's starting to get Danielle's timing a little bit. As Danielle enters, she's been countering effectively. You can see it on the face of Taylor. She doesn't seem comfortable in there right now. Look at her eyes.
Yeah. And it's interesting, Zhang said in terms of her approach that she wanted to keep the fight standing in round 1 and then maybe in round 2 would go for the finish, but maybe changing up the game plan here.
Very aggressive. Trip.
She's so strong.
Beautiful trip, yeah. She's a tank, and she throws everything into everything. I mean, when she's doing things, she commits 100%.
Watch your fingers in her eyes.
But, you know, as we talked about in the fight prior to this one, you know, Zhang, like you said, Joe, in the walk, she's had so much time to develop herself, so much time to get better. And then, with all these wins in a row, she goes to Jackson's and she trains with a phenomenal camp to prepare for a UFC debut, and it's showing.
I think another big factor is that she's had so many fights so recently, so she's very comfortable inside there. She's just got so much recent experience. And look at this, Danielle going for a heel hook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! She doesn't quite have the heel locked up, but still a bad situation for Zhang. Danielle's going to adjust. Let's see if she adjusts.
Zhang needs, yes.
Oh, Zhang kicked out of it.
Very smart. Just bail on the position. Instead of trying to wrestle and attack, re-attack, bail on that position. Now let's see if Danielle Taylor can take that momentum from that attempt and turn this fight in her favor.
Danielle Taylor keeping her honest. That was huge.
Just one career win by submission for Danielle Taylor by way of the armbar. But Zhang sort of felt like because this was her UFC debut, she felt compelled to try to keep the fight standing early so as to entertain, and got herself into a compromising situation there on the ground briefly.
Big right hand by Danielle Taylor.
No surprise, a big discrepancy in terms of the total strikes landed.
I just know as the smaller fighter in most instances, space is not your friend. And right now, she's circling on the outside. And maybe the overhand right she landed is going to give her confidence, but she needs to commit a little bit more to being in the face of Zhang.
Taylor likes to counter, did so effectively there. Final seconds here of this first round.
And because Zhang's so aggressive, there will be some opportunities for Taylor. Big right hand.
Taylor,
she hurt her. Yep, she hurt her.
Whoa, she's wobbling.
Yes, she hurt her. There will be some opportunities because she's so aggressive.
Well, that opportunity was opened up by Taylor going for the single. And here's that inside leg kick that landed over and over again for Zhang. There's a big left by Zhang. And here's a takedown. Just very aggressive in the scramble. But here's the end of the round here. Boom! And that's where Danielle Taylor stunned her. And you see Weili Zhang take a step back.
That chin is up, okay? Her chin is up. So you got to throw more than one. You're coming in with just what, jab or left hook? Throw those three, throw those three. You can go to the body, go upstairs after that. Keep giving her those feints, let her miss those kicks.
Everything's just falling apart, man.
Off to the side.
Calling all UFC fans, it's been 25 years in the making, and for our 25th anniversary, we want to celebrate you, the believers, the faces of UFC, by telling your story. Go to UFC25years.com and share your story now.
Make sure that bag's sealed a little bit better.
Something funny over there, DC.
Yeah, you know, these guys dropped all the ice in the octagon, and last time I saw that, my little brother had an amateur fight, and I brought my cousin in there in the corner with me. He said he was so nervous he done spilled the whole bucket in the octagon. Stopped the whole event, man. I haven't seen that in a long time, so yeah,
it's been a while.
Oh, man.
It does occasionally happen in there.
He said everything falls apart, man. That's funny.
Nice counter left from Weili Zhang, who said she's used to having a pronounced strength advantage over her opponents, but felt like Danielle Taylor is stronger than anyone she's faced before. Didn't necessarily say she was the best fighter she's ever faced, but certainly stronger than recent competition physically.
And the level of competition is going to raise now for Zhang as she enters the UFC. You know, a lot of guys or women, as they enter the octagon, have these high levels of finishes. It's, can you continue to do that as you move into the highest level of competition?
Well, what a season it's been on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Catch the last new episode. It's this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Watch Rising Stars in the iconic Tough Gym. Find out whom Dana will pick to receive a UFC contract. Greg Hardy back this week. The Contender Series live on UFC Fight Pass this Tuesday.
Weili cracked her with the left hand in that exchange. Now she's turning it up. Oh, beautiful combination.
That Weili Zhang is intent on continuing her finishing streak, because she is really turning it up on Danielle Taylor right now.
She called for the round 2 finish, certainly going for it.
She's really walking her down here.
And her hands never come down. Look at how committed she is to hands up, head moving just a little bit as she enters. Big right hand by Danielle though.
Nice to see Danielle Taylor go on the offensive.